Big changes are coming for millions of Americans who depend on SNAP, or Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Over the next 2 years, the nation's largest nutrition assistance program will undergo a sweeping overhaul, forcing shoppers and state governments alike to adapt to new rules that could reshape how food aid is delivered across the country. Beginning in 2026, SNAP recipients in several states will face new limits on what they can buy, while states themselves will take on greater financial and administrative responsibility for running the program. 18 states have received approval to restrict the purchase of certain foods deemed to have little or no nutritional value. These changes stem from the Make America Healthy Again initiative, launched by the Department of Health and Human Services and required special waivers from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, which oversees SNAP. The waivers mark a historic shift. For the first time since the program's inception, the USDA has agreed to allow states to ban specific food items from SNAP eligibility. When and which states will implement the restrictions? The rollout of these restrictions will vary by state. Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia will implement their rules from January 1, 2026. Idaho, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Colorado, Texas, Virginia, and Florida will follow between February and April. Arkansas, Tennessee, Hawaii, South Carolina, North Dakota, and Missouri plan to begin enforcing restrictions between July and October. Which food items face a ban? While the details differ, most states have removed items such as candy, soda, and energy drinks from the list of foods that can be purchased with SNAP benefits. Some states have gone further. Tennessee and Iowa have prohibited the purchase of processed foods, with Tennessee defining processed as anything altered from its natural state. Florida and Missouri have restricted prepared desserts such as cakes and cookies. Iowa has also barred SNAP spending on foods prepared for immediate consumption or sold with utensils, though staples like bread, fruit, and canned goods remain eligible. U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins described the move as a turning point. These are bold and historic steps to reverse the chronic disease epidemic, Rollins said in a statement, adding that the aim is to restore SNAP to its true purpose, nutrition. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. echoed that sentiment, arguing that taxpayers should not be funding programs that contribute to poor health outcomes. For decades, the USDA had rejected similar proposals. A 2007 agency paper argued that there were no clear standards for classifying foods as healthy or unhealthy. That stance shifted in 2025 when Rollins approved Nebraska's waiver on May 19th, followed by Indiana and Iowa days later. Since then, 15 more states have been granted permission to impose restrictions. Beyond food rules, states will also face financial changes. Starting in October 2026, states will be responsible for covering 75% of SNAP administrative costs, up from the current 50%. In fiscal year 2024, combined state and federal administrative costs reached $6.6 billion, while SNAP benefits themselves totaled roughly $100 billion, which the federal government will continue to fund fully. States are now facing a financial reckoning. For the first time ever, they will be penalized for SNAP error rates. Beginning in 2027, states with error rates above 6% will be forced to repay between 5 and 15% of the benefits they hand out. Based on the latest data, that penalty would hit 40 states and Washington, D.C., and starting in 2026, every single dollar of error will count. And some changes are already being felt right now. The maximum monthly SNAP benefit for a family of 4 climbed to nearly $1,000 in October, while housing deductions also increased. Work requirements have expanded to include adults up to age 64, and new eligibility limits for certain immigrant groups have been pushed back until 2026, following a federal court ruling.